warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. My name is Farah Atifa binti Asmadi with metric number 25004321. Today, I'd like to share something that plays an important role in Islamic finance. A concept known as Wadi'Ah is a term we often hear, especially when we talk about Islamic banking. But what does it really mean, and how does it work in practice? Let's explore that together. The word Wadi'Ah comes from the Arabic root word Wada'a, which means to leave or to deposit something in the care of another person. In Islamic terms, Wadi'Ah refers to a trust or safekeeping contract where a person, known as the depositor, entrusts his property or belongings to another person, known as the custodian, for protection and safekeeping. This concept reflects one of the fundamental values in Islam, trustworthiness or amanah, which is highly encouraged and rewarded by Allah. The practice of Wadi'Ah is supported by the Quran. Allah says in Surah An-Nisa verse 58, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Innallaha ya'murukum an tu'addul amanati ila ahliha. Indeed, Allah commands you to render trust to their rightful owners. Ulama agree that keeping and accepting deposits is permissible and even recommended as it fulfills social need in strengthening trust among people. The ruling of accepting a Wadi'Ah depends on the situation. First, Sunnah. If you are capable and trustworthy because you are helping someone. Second, Wajib. If you are the only person who can safely keep it. Third, Haram. If you know you are not responsible enough or you might lose it. And fourth, Makruh. If you are unsure of your ability. On the other hand, there are four essential pillars in the contract of Wadi'Ah. Firstly, the depositor, the one who entrusts the item. Secondly, the custodian, the one who keeps the item. Thirdly, the item deposited, and lastly, ijab and qabul, which form the agreement. Now, let's see the condition of a valid Wadi'Ah. There are several conditions that must be fulfilled. First, both of the depositor and the custodian must be of sound mind, mature, and intelligent. Thus, a child or a person who is insane cannot perform this contract. Second, the item kept must be something valuable and permissible in Islam. Storing items such as liquor or forbidden goods is not valid. Third, there must be a clear declaration or mutual consent, such as the depositor saying,
I entrust this to you for safekeeping,
and the custodian accepting it. The wisdom and benefits of Wadi'Ah. Do you guys know Wadi'Ah carries several moral and social benefits? First, it promotes mutual trust, kindness, and cooperation among people. Second, it helps preserve and protect property, ensuring safety for the owner. Third, it encourages individuals to develop a sense of responsibility and integrity. Otherwise, like any contract, Wadi'Ah can end in a few ways. If either person passes away, if one becomes mentally incapable, if the keeper decides to stop keeping the item, or simply when the owner asks for it back. It also ends if the item is sold, gifted, or transferred to someone else. Moving to my next point, Wadi'Ah the difference between Wadi'Ah in Islamic banking and conventional banking. Now, let's talk about how this concept is applied in today's world, especially in banking. In Islamic banking, Wadi'Ah is used in products like current accounts and savings account. For example, when you open a current account, the bank acts as the keeper, a trusted custodian of your money. You can withdraw it anytime. The bank may use the money, but any profit given to you is a gift, or we call hibah, not an interest rate. So it is Shariah compliant, free from riba. But in conventional banking, your deposit is considered a loan to the bank. The bank must pay you back with interest, which contain elements of riba, and therefore is not allowed in Islam. That is one of the key differences between Islamic and conventional financial system. Furthermore, there are also several important legal principles connected to Wadi'Ah. Firstly, the custodian must return the item immediately when requested by the owner. Secondly, if the custodian travels or becomes ill, they must return the item to the rightful owner or representative. Thirdly, if the item is transferred to someone else or kept in an unsafe location without permission, the custodian is liable for compensation. And lastly, if the item is used without permission, the custodian must also compensate the owner. Do you guys thinking where or how the compensation can be? So I would like to share a situation where compensation is required. The custodian must compensate the owner in the following cases. First, when the item is moved to an unsafe place without valid reason. Second, when the item is handed over to another person without consent. Third, when the custodian uses the item for personal purpose without permission. And fourth, when the custodian delays returning the item after being requested. Finally, we arrive at our conclusion. To wrap up, the concept of Wadi'Ah is not just about depositing money or keeping someone's belongings safe. It carries a much deeper meaning, one that reflects trust, honesty, and responsibility. These are values that Islam teaches us to uphold in every part of our lives. In today's world, the idea of Wadi'Ah has been applied in Islamic banking, offering a Shariah-compliant and ethical alternative to the conventional financial system. It ensures that all dealings are free from riba and are carried out with fairness and integrity. More than just a financial concept, Wadi'Ah reminds us that every transaction is also a moral act, an opportunity to strengthen our trust in one another and to live by the principle that Islam promotes. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.